next up an amazing youth panel that has been developed and brought together. We have 9 youth, I think is what I have up here, that are going to come. So when I call your name, I know they're like, already? They didn't know they were this early in the program. Yes, already. Okay, you're good? Okay, we're going to be good. She's going to be good. All right, so when I call your name, just come up. Make sure you come up on this side because I don't know if there's a step on this side. But come up and be careful with the step because it's a little wonky sometimes. But we have Zaira. I want your last name, Beatty? Bahi. Okay, come up, Zara. She's 11th grader from Guide. We have Coffee George. Is he here? She here? Yes, she here. I'm sorry. You made it. Thank you. 11th grader from Guide. Malia Dowell Quick. She's in 11th grade with Teen on the Move. And MOVE stands for Motivated, Organized, Vocal, Equipped. Cassius Arnold, also with Teen on the Move. Come on up. Is Chelsea Williams in the building? Chelsea Williams is in the building. She is the Sources of Strength president at Newton High, so I just want to highlight that. That's one of our prevention programs that we have within our communities. Tequila Coggins, come on, with Spalding Yak. And then Ariana Morgan with Spalding Yak. And then we have Anastasia, I had it written phonetically, Simeon. I don't know if I do it right. All right, she's with Newton County. She's in Newton County, but Alco High School. And then Takira Smith. Give them all a hand. So this is our amazing youth panel. We're going to have to work out our mic situation because we ended up with a larger panel, and this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to talk really loud. And what we'll do is pass the mic. We have a lot of cord here, so we'll pass the mic. So I'm going to have you hold this mic for a moment. Can y'all hear me? All right. I should have brought my megaphone, but that didn't work. So we have an amazing panel of youth that are here with us. Let me pull up my notes because I have no here. I sent them some questions to talk about. You don't need this? So it might be better if we switch. Yeah, that way that cord won't get tangled up. So thank you. All right, so we have an amazing panel of youth. I just introduced who they are. I'm excited when we have youth who are involved in this work. We know that our youth are not tomorrow's leaders. They are the leaders of today, right? Yes, I think that deserves a hand clap. They are our leaders of today if we allow them, adults, if we allow them, right? And so we have to allow them to step up, to make mistakes, right? But to step up in their leadership capabilities and their roles. And so I just want to first of all commend these young people that have agreed to be on the panel. So I have some questions that I'll start off with them. Everybody won't answer every question, but there'll be an opportunity for us to hear from everyone. If there's a question that I answer that you really, really know you want to answer, panel, just throw your hands up and then I'll make sure that you get the mic. Also, we'll have some questions coming in from online, so Shannon will yell those out to me and we'll get those answered. And then there'll be an opportunity, hey, come on in. Some people help direct them to their seats, please. Naomi, if y'all can help get them settled in. There are going to be an opportunity for you all to ask questions as well. So if things come to mind, be sure to write that down so that when we open it up for discussion, you all can answer questions. So I'm going to just start off our panel today. I want to come down, actually, because I feel like I can't see y'all. Somebody hold me. Let's see. Woo! I made it. All right. So our theme for today is Be the Light. What does that theme mean to you as it relates to substance abuse and suicide prevention? Anybody want to take that first question? What does Be the Light mean to you?
Yeah. Test. Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. I can also project my voice. What it means to be the light when it comes to substance abuse and suicide awareness is, I believe, in our generation, is to not be afraid to be the light. A lot of the time when it comes to substance abuse, teenagers are afraid to speak out because it's like, if my friends are doing it, then why should I be against it? But it's okay to shine and tell them that that's not okay. There's other outlets. And so I think it means to be the light also in your community, in your group, whether that's your ethnicity, your group that you hang around. If a lot of the times in my specific group would be my ethnicity. And so in our group, they look at you as the substance abuse is a big problem. And so standing out from that is something that's really important to me because it roots back to just shining. I'm sorry.
Awesome. No, you did good. Anybody else want to take that? All right, down here. Sure.
Hey y'all, I just want to piggyback off what she said, kind of. What I think be the light means is like, I had a scenario in my head on the way because my grandma shot me the questions. But
I love it.
I said, if there was like a big room, kind of like this room right here of like maybe let's say 50 people, and you're the one person that walks in that isn't doing any type of substance or isn't in the mindset of suicide, you're that one light that's standing out in that room full of darkness. So you shouldn't be scared to speak out or say something. Awesome. And not be afraid to be that one person that is like, hey, this isn't right. Let's fix your mindset.
Awesome. Thank you. Anything somebody sharing online about being the light? Not yet? Okay. All right. It's fine. All right. So, a simple definition that we use for advocacy is the ability to use your voice and influence to make a change. In what ways do you use advocacy to make changes in your community? Yes.
Okay, so for me, I love advocacy because I do have also a scenario. So for me, growing up, I went to more of a underprivileged, cluster of schools. And now that I'm in high school, I've moved to more of a way more financially privileged school. And I've seen the difference in how people are getting treated, how people are getting an education. And I've seen that with my eyes first. And I'm like, wow, like this is a problem. The people that I'm friends with at, in my old cluster, they're not getting this information, and I don't think your zip code should necessarily determine what education you have. So I would say that, advocacy is a really big thing for me when it comes to that, because if you don't advocate for yourself and, for your family and for your school, then how are you gonna, get anything that everyone else is getting, So for me, that was a really big factor in pushing me to join different organizations like, GYJC or Cancer Kids First, because these organizations are giving back to people that don't have it. And, now going to such a privileged school, which I'm really grateful because, my education is so much better than it was before. I think it's really important for us to advocate for those of us that don't necessarily have those resources. So for me, I go ahead and advocate in many organizations, and especially here, advocacy for different things like, like Suicide Prevention Month is such an important thing. But when I go to my school, only those people that are a part of these organizations are speaking up, which is amazing. But I think we should really spread the word to people who are not necessarily a part of these groups yet, but get them to join these groups, because it shouldn't be a necessarily taboo topic, because it's normal to, have like mental blockages sometimes. And that's normal because we're all human. So I think we should just normalize, talking about it, but we shouldn't make it normal for someone to not have those resources.
Awesome. Great point. Anybody want to add to that about the advocacy work that you're doing in your community? All right. Okay. So here's the one I want to ask. What keeps you motivated? This work, sometimes like Zara mentioned, like, you're doing this work, and it feels like sometimes these organizations are doing work and you're in your group and you all are doing work, but it's like, is the word really getting out to the masses? So what keeps you motivated? I saw your hand down here on the end. So you pass the mic down here, and then, you want it. So we'll, since it's already down there, she'll start, and then we'll come back down to you. So, okay. Yeah. What keeps you motivated to do this prevention work?
For me, what keeps me motivated to continue my work in the prevention sort of industry and like sector are the people from my past. I have well, not have lived a life, but I'm living a life where I know people that have struggled with the things that I'm trying to work to prevent and give aid to, like suicide, mental health awareness, and substance abuse. To go into specifics, a family friend of mine struggled with it really badly when I was, I want to say the ages from 10 to 15. I'm 17 now. And it's something that they're still working through, but I know that that time period was particularly hard for them. So it's like I would see them at family events and at like the cookouts and stuff like that, and you wouldn't know that they were suffering. And it wasn't until I was older that my parents actually told me more about like why I don't see them as often, as why they always seem tired and stuff like that. So the thing that keeps me motivated is to like, even though I don't see the problem, I know that it's there, and even though I don't see people like in my current life struggling with things, I know that other people are. And that idea is what makes me want to like keep working and reaching out to those people who don't have voices or who struggle and they don't vocalize that. So just that sort of idea that somebody might have their like hand over their mouth and they can't speak up for themselves, and that's what keeps me motivated.
Good morning, y'all. So, what keeps me motivated is God and my family. Without those two, I would not be motivated to keep myself going. The reason I say God is because I grew up in a very churchy home, and God has always been there when I needed Him. He may not be on time, but He's there when you need Him, for real. But my family, especially my mama, she keeps me motivated. For real, she keeps me on my toes, and that's just what keeps me motivated.
Awesome. All right, guys, sit down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Go ahead. Okay, hi. What keeps me motivated is my mother and my grandma that I lost. Because at a young age, I was always with my grandparents and all that stuff. So growing up, I just wanted to be what my grandma was, because she was always in the church and she was always helping out. So that's where I get it from, to help out a lot. And from my mother, since we've been struggling since I was young, I would like to make her happy and do everything that she wasn't able to do when she was in school and graduation and stuff like that. That's what keeps me motivated.
Hi again. What keeps me motivated is the strong belief that we are the future and that we have to be the change that we want to see in our future. Also, in my family, we talk all the time about reducing the stigma when it comes to mental health awareness, because now, to piggyback off of what she said earlier, it is a very taboo subject. And so knowing that I am a part of the youth group that is soon going to be the future, knowing that I can help reduce the stigma at a young age so that when we become older and we have more things to focus on, like not just school, maybe work or bills or different things like that, that we have those resources, and that we know that because it was reduced, because of my group now, like students like us here, have paved the way for it to be something more broadly talked about. What also keeps me motivated is losing people to suicide. It opened my eyes, because I know that had I had the resources that I have now, I could have been the one to help them. I could have been the one to connect them. But now that I do have these resources and I know people in this room, I can be a part of reducing that and getting help to everyone.
All right, so I have another question about kind of advice you would give adults, right, to work with youth, how we best can work with you. So what advice would you give adults who want to connect with the youth in their community, to connect with you all on these issues and really work well with you? What's some advice? I saw a hand down here. Yeah.
I feel like I stand up for this one.
Okay. Go ahead, girl.
I feel like
Hey.
the best thing for adults to do, and especially our generation, is just listen to us. We have so many different outlets and things that we use to get our points across, like social media or anything that we use like day to day on the phone, because we're the phone generation. We have everything at our fingertips. So the one thing I could say, especially to older generations, is to just listen to our younger youth, because a lot of older people are stuck in their ways and don't want to listen to the youth that are saying new things and trying to get their points across. They're just stuck in everything that they have to say, so they're not trying to listen to us 15 through 18-year-olds because they feel like we don't know what we're talking about. So I just feel like the one thing I would say is listen, listen, listen. And don't just listen. Think before you say something back to them. What's it say? What am I listening for? Don't react before you respond. Respond before you react. Because body language says it, your words say it. So everything like I'm saying now is just like thinking before you say it. Don't react. Just take it in. And then when you have the proper response, you can say something after you listen to them.
I say, adults in the room, can we say challenge accepted? We're going to listen. We're going to listen more. Yes.
That was amazing. Just acknowledge that. To literally piggyback exactly off of what she said, listen and less lecture, more conversation. Like, I think it's easy for adults because they have so much more wisdom than people our age to just tell us stuff, all these life lessons, and mistakes they don't want us to make. But you'll learn, exactly like she said, that we know more than we might seem. And you'll benefit more from conversation. We both will if we just have a conversation versus me sitting down here and you pointing your finger in my face and telling me, don't do drugs, don't go out past 11 p.m. or something like that. So just have more of a I say something, you say something back and forth when you're trying to connect with youth versus like have them all sit in an auditorium and look at a presentation. That a lot less than you think.
I love it. I love it. Did you say less talking, more conversation? Yes. I love that. That needs to be one of the posts for today, right?
Hello. To kind of pick up what they said, like just like listen. I feel like for me, it's like when I talk to adults, sometimes I feel like I'm not truly allowed to. I'm not truly allowed to say that I disagree with someone, because I feel like once you tell an adult, someone older than you, that you have a serious topic and you disagree with them, they just want to kind of punish you or kind of look at you differently. And I want to be able to really speak my voice loud and let you know that I say this and I believe this 100% and you cannot change my mind. Like, you might help me with it, but just because you don't believe in the same religion or the same social concepts that I do doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It just means that I see the world differently than you. And it's like, what's it called? Age gaps. Because you may see, like, I do believe in suicide. I know some parents, they kind of don't see. They're like, oh, it's not true. You can't be sad just because, oh, this happened to you. It's like some people take mental things of getting a bad grade to heart, and you have to understand that just because I made a bad grade to you, it's like, oh, you can change it later. For me, that's like, I just ruined my whole college career. I'm about to cry my life out right now. And it's like, you have to understand that just because you think it's small, it can be big to them. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
So the advice I have for the adults is talk to your children. Because children go through so much during this generation. We have these cell phones and it be so much online. So you have to talk to your kids. I talk to my mom all the time. That's like my best friend. So I be talking to my mom. We be clocking that teeth for real. But anyway, what I was saying is you have to talk to your kids because they go through so much at school. If you don't fit in this genre, then you won't make it for real. That's how it is at school. So you have to talk to your kids. So that's what I feel like, and I just want to piggyback off some of them. You want to go? That's it.
Awesome. We're going to get some feedback from some folks online for a second. They're loving what you're saying.
Thank you. So our online participants in the house, they are loving. Yeah, shout out online. Our online participants are, I mean, like I said, from all across Georgia. We have several school groups that have joined since my last shout out. And they are just saying, challenge accepted. They're feeling your challenge and they're accepting it. Amazing response, fantastic response. The youth are bringing it. They are loving it, loving it, loving it. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Y'all are bringing it. Y'all are helping us so much. So it's kind of a similar question, but the other side of the question, it might be a fun question to answer, and we're okay listening and hearing the hard stuff. But what annoys you about what adults do? Like, what gets under your skin? Like, stop trying to be so cool. I don't know. What is it that annoys you? This is going to be fun, y'all. Who's going to start? You going to start?
I think we all got something.
They say they all got something to say. The students have something to say. All right, so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, what I believe annoys me.
We gotta keep it short. Don't beat us up too hard. Okay, just we're gonna move on.
What I believe annoys me the most is when I fully express how I feel, and in that situation is when I'm talking to an adult, I feel invalidated, and the immediate response is, "Oh, you can't be sad. You have a phone," or "You can't be sad. You have all those clothes." I'm like, well, I was sad because I made a 0, but I don't care about my clothes. But I think that feeling invalidated or being invalidated is such a big part of us speaking out about mental health. And if you tell someone the first time, "I'm not okay," and their response is, "You're being dramatic," then you're not going to want to open up about that again, because your immediate thought is going to be, they're going to think I'm dramatic, or they're going to think this, and you're afraid of what everyone's going to think about you, that you can't speak out. Thank you.
All right. So I think that something that annoys me that adults do is probably, to piggyback off what she said, discrediting the youth. Like, based off like their age, they think that they know more because they're older than you. But that's not always the case. Just because you experience something doesn't mean I can't have that same experience and have a different opinion based off my experience with that situation. Okay. Do you need me to repeat it? No? You're good? Okay. So I just feel like that really triggers me, because I feel like very invalidated, like she said. I feel like they don't care. I feel like they're not listening to me. And when youth feel like they're not being listened to, it causes them not to want to talk about things or open up to their parents or adults in general. And that can be an issue just in general, because you want the youth to tell you things and tell you about things that they're struggling with, but you're not listening to them. And when they are telling you the things that they're struggling with, you're telling them that, "Oh, I'm older than you," or "I went through this and that," and you're not actually internalizing what they're telling you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, very quick. Just make it really quick right now. Just for me, kind of like what they were saying, like telling someone, not being able to tell them. I have it in a situation with some adults in mind. It's like I'll tell them something like really personal, and it's like I don't want like my other family to know. This like 2 seconds later, I come to a cookout, and then my auntie's like, "Okay, so your daddy told me what you said last time about you being really sad." And I was like, it's like when you start to tell someone, it's like have a best friend. If I tell something, I don't want her to tell the whole world, and it just like kind of feels like I can't tell you stuff, because there's some things that I might say that my auntie don't want to know. Like, I don't want her to know about it.
Thank you.
One thing that really does annoy me, what my mother does like all the time, she will blame it on social media or on my friends. That's what she really likes to do. And I don't like when she blames it on my friends, because I come across it to my friends first before I go to my mother, because I do tell my mom everything. But she flips it on being on social media or trying to do something that I never did before. And I would be like, "No, it just happened. I just want to talk to you about it." So that's really it. I just don't like when she blames my friends, or she tries to flip it on me being on social media, TikTok or YouTube, or seeing something that I wasn't supposed to see.
Thank you.
Okay. To piggyback off her, I hate when my mama go tell my grandma something I said. Now,
Y'all be spilling the beans.
She be calling her Mississippi, telling her something I said. Now, girl, I hate that. Then for two, like, I just don't like when my mama always like, "Oh, I was in high school. We didn't do this right here." And that's why I just don't like. But
Adults, raise your hand if you've ever said that. When I was in school, just gonna be honest, right? We haven't heard from you. Did y'all hear Rachel? You might need to stand up and say that.
As adults, we need to realize that when we were in school, we're not going to tell ages because we ain't got time for that, but when we were in school, we didn't face the same things these kids are facing today. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have internet. I remember the days of dial-up internet where somebody had to get off the phone so that you could dial in on the internet. You know, we didn't have a lot of the things that we faced. Yes, we had challenges when we were growing up and we were in high school, but we cannot minimize what our youth are going through. Sorry.
Awesome.
Hey, what's your name?
Right.
That just
Miss
spoke?
Rachel.
Okay, because I'm going to piggyback off what you said. I wanted to use your name. But I feel like the thing that annoys me the most is yelling. I don't care who you is. If you start yelling at me, I'm not going to listen. My ears shut. I'm just staring at you. I'm not listening no more. If I don't have my AirPods at that time, I'm just going to stare at you like you're crazy because I'm not listening no more. I feel like as humans, it don't matter how old you is. You do not have to sit and yell at me. We can have a cordial conversation like two responsible, mature, respectful individuals. And kind of to piggyback off of what Ms. Rachel said, I know me and my mama, we have a conversation about this all the time because the one thing that my community faces in Troup County a lot is gun violence. And me and my mama talk about it all the time. They didn't have to go through the stuff we went through. The only person my mama knew that passed away was one classmate, and that was due to an incurable illness. From my 8th grade year to my 9th grade year now, we've had at least 7 to 10 people shot and or killed. Yes. And then one of them I know personally as a friend, that took a toll on even just the family and the friends surrounding them. Like me just having to see him in that situation, it was heartbreaking just because I've known him so long. And for me to be like, wow, I never thought this could happen to somebody in my close circle. But for me also, I believe in prayer. Like she said, I grew up in a church household, and every single day I prayed. His family prayed, and he was able to come out of that and still be here today. So we're grateful for him being still here today. But what about some of the people in our community that didn't make it? What about the ones that didn't get the medical help they needed because they were shot and killed on impact? So I just feel like that's a really important topic. Like she said, some of the stuff that we go through now, y'all never knew or seen about when y'all were younger. So I feel like that's really important too.
Thank you.
Are you sure? Okay. Something I wish, I forgot the question.
What annoys you? What do adults do that annoys you?
Right.
Drives you crazy.
Not understanding the difference between asking or acting as a therapist versus acting like an ear. And I say that to say, like, when you go to therapy, or at least when I go to therapy, I tend to be seeking advice. Like, I'm going through something and I don't know what to do, or don't know how to act, or don't know what to say. And I want you to tell me what you think I should do in that particular situation, versus if I just need an ear, that's when I'm talking, I need to vent, I need to get something out of my system that's been on my mental for a while, and I just need you to sit there and listen. Something that adults in my life, parents included, struggle with is not understanding the difference between that, which can lead to even more frustrating situations that like can leave more on my head than was before. If I come to you and I just want you to listen to me, please don't tell me, well, you just got to get off that phone and something at XYZ. It doesn't help me as much as you think it does. And if more people, not even just adults, more people understood that sometimes you want to be heard and sometimes you want to be advised, the difference between that, I think I'd be a lot less annoyed these days. So,
awesome. Thank you so much. Let's give this panel a round of applause. Awesome and amazing. Yeah, we're going to ask questions. So now is your turn to participate. I still have tons of questions here I could ask, but I really want to open it up to the floor for you all. If you have questions that are burning for one specific young person up here or for the panel as a whole, and we'll have some brief answers and short answers from them because we want to make sure we honor our time and get to our discussion groups. Yes. Can y'all hear her? Can everybody hear? You may need to come up here. Well, and then you're going to run it back? Get it, girl. You know, I will say, at Georgia School, we were in the gym, Rachel and I, working it out. So she can run it back, and I can attest to that. So thank you.
First, I just want to say I'm so excited and so proud of this youth panel. It gives us a lot of encouragement about the youth that are representing this generation. So thank you so much for just pouring into the community the way you do. But I want to just say this. I'll be 60 next year, and I was raised in a time where you could not talk back to your mama, or you would lose your teeth. Okay, so let me. I'm just. Am I lying? That was that generation, right? And so I definitely think you hit on some very strong points. But I want you to have a little bit of compassion for the parents that don't understand that, because a lot of times what you exude out is what's been poured into you, right? As a parent, so. Make sure you're that voice, and when we talk about advocating, advocate for your generation that does now. You have found your voice. Use it and use it in your homes, and help your parents understand that your opinion, your voice does matter. Because when you were raised in a home where it didn't, sometimes it's hard to see that in your own situation.
Thank you for that. Any other question in the back?
Hi, I want to let you all know every one of you are doing an amazing job. I want to start off saying that. And everybody in here think you are. So I do want to say that, and I don't have to tell you all to use your voice because you all are using your voice, but I do want to tell you all that networking is important, and that if you all could be a support to one another, you all can keep it going even bigger. And I want to commend everybody for each individual initiative you're working on in your community, because it's hard work and we're adults. And thank you for telling me what annoys a youth, because some of the stuff that annoy y'all annoy me, and I'm 43. And grown people get on my nerves too.
All right, we have a hand here and then a hand here.
Hi, everybody. So I'm a mom to a toddler, and just watching you guys has been very inspirational and informative, so thank you. But also, I'm curious, as a mom to a little kid, how would you want your parents to interact on social media with you, or not? Because this terrifies me, and yeah, I'm sure you have opinions. So what's your advice on how to navigate the social media world with you?
Okay. I think the first thing for me. Oh, really loud? Okay, I got you. Hold on. The first thing for me is to really, like, my dad has social media, and for me, I tell him, like, you can, like, look on that and stuff, but don't always have to ask questions, because some things I post, they're like, you can see, like, it's nothing bad, but it's like, please don't come to my door being like, what you supposed to mean? Like, why you say that? You miss your man. I was like, it's a joke. I promise you, I love you. It's just, like, kind of found boundaries. Like, talk to your kids, like, when they get older, because they're toddler right now. But, like, when they get older, have boundaries, because some people, like, I know from my friends, some people just don't want their moms on their social media, because it's like they're not posting anything bad. Because I feel like when you tell your, like, parent, like, oh yeah, I just don't want you following me, like, you can follow everyone else but don't me. It's like they're like, oh, are you posting something bad? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Like, no, it's just like a type of boundary I want to have with my parents.
Yeah, we're good. I agree with you. Boundaries in that. Like, I have a lot to say, but this is my personal opinion, I feel like little kids shouldn't be exposed to a lot of the stuff that social media has. Like, a 5th grader should not have the same For You page as an 18-year-old. And as a parent, there are ways that you can help control, not even control, just manage. Because there's a difference between micromanaging everything that your child sees and not letting them get what social media gives them, which is like new opportunities to learn about situations they don't know about because of their current, like what they see in front of them. And making sure that they're not exposed to things that, for lack of better words, like they just aren't mature enough to handle. I know that it was hard for my parents too, because I was on YouTube from the age of 10, but I wish that more kids these days would have parents that like went on their phone, not went through their phones, but like was able to look at the kinds of things that they see that they could see on the social media apps that they're on, that like Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok, and like just turn on certain limits. Like don't show videos from people who are over this age. And if content has these words, don't let them see it. Just don't keep your kids from social media, because it's a resource that everybody should be on. It's the new age. But do limit what they see, because that can traumatize if you're not careful.
Hi. I don't know if your toddler is a little baby girl, but yes. I do believe that when it comes to bringing her up, that because she's going to be on social media more than likely, so when she sees those girls, those models that look like models, a lot of the times as young girls we compare ourselves. And so I believe that raising her up, you're beautiful, I love your hair, just telling her those affirmations will help with the confidence thing from a young age, because social media is something that you can't hide from your kids. So I do believe that setting those limits, like she said, there is a thing called screen time. We'll talk about it later if you like. It helped me monitor my social media from a young age. I just got off of it when I was about 14, 15 years old. And also my mom has my social media passwords. So that also monitors my, what I look at, what I follow, what I make sure pops up on my For You pages. Because I'm like, if my mom sees this, then what is she gonna think? So I do believe that affirmation, setting those boundaries, and monitoring is a big part of it.
Kind of piggyback off what both of them said, like the age is definitely very important. Like, from my personal experience, I have a 1-year-old nephew. We don't let him watch anything on YouTube except for Bluey and Gracie's Corner. And I have an 8-year-old sister who's seeing everybody do all these TikTok dances, and she wants to be on, and she just want to, this only thing I think of, renegade and dance like everybody. But there is certain things that she should not be able to see, and a whole bunch of back-ended messages and a lot of new TikToks that us younger groups or older groups are understanding that an 8-year-old shouldn't be seeing. So for me, I know my mama doesn't allow her to have that just because it's so much you could be on. And also, she's not allowed to have regular YouTube, because if she's on kids stuff on regular YouTube, you could still have stuff that's trying to give you older stuff on there. So she's only allowed kids YouTube, and she has a screen time. And I know for me, when I started being on social media, I ain't have no option. You either put your mom on your social media or you won't get one. So, okay, grandma, we didn't ask that. But for me, as I got older, I kind of appreciate it, because like she said, when I get on social media, I'm joking. Everything I post is a joke. There's no way I'm posting my whole life story on there. So when me and my mom are all on Facebook together, we'll be laughing on Facebook like we two best friends. Like my mama called me her broke best friend. That's just how close me and my mom is. But I feel like a lot of people don't take certain stuff as jokes. Like kind of like she said to her parent to be like, oh, what was this supposed to mean? I feel like a lot of people don't have those boundaries and didn't set those boundaries with their parents. Like when me and my mama, we sat down, had a conversation about everything. So me and my mama know the difference between for real and for fake on social media. So I feel like that's definitely a balance for people to have a conversation with their parents. And like you were saying, should they be on there? Should they be not? Once your child is to that age, I feel like you should have that conversation with her and see if that's something that she would like. But if she doesn't want you on there, don't just push her out there. Still, every once in a while, monitor it, because you never know what she's seeing through her eyes, depending on what age it is.
We have one final question for the panel.
Hey, y'all. I just want to congratulate all y'all for doing the job you're doing. Okay, I'm a grandmother to a 14-year-old, and he drives me bananas. Absolutely bananas, because I have no clue what he thinks he's doing on social media. And we'll get his passwords and he'll change them. Any suggestions on how to stop that?
Yeah, so if they get the so the parents have the password, but the student changes them. Or what I know a lot of students do, they have the password to the one account, but there's another account that we don't know about. So how do we monitor that? So I'm gonna take one or two. Okay, somebody already got the mic over here. Yeah, thank you. And then Cassius, we want to hear from you a little bit. Okay.
Okay, so what I would say is, like, before even introducing them to social media, secure dominance in it. Say like I'm letting you do this, but don't be like, really scary. But yeah, it's a privilege to have and to show them that, like, if they're switching their passwords and stuff, you could take it away. And just securing that, like, dominance there, because I was given social media at a really young age too. And I feel like with all of us getting social media at such a young age, like, that's what showed us, like, we wouldn't want that for our children in the future. And luckily we've come out on the good side of that, because there is so much bad on there. But I think just, like, telling them that this is this, like, this has the power to do good and the power to do bad. And we always want it to be good and do good, and then, like, show them, like, where their morals are and where their values are. That's really important, because then they're going to be like, okay, I am this person. This is what I stand for. And I think that I should be using this to, you know, do good instead of bad.
All right, thank you. We do have a couple questions from online. Well, one from online.
Yes. So Sasha Ford asked, what are some things that you think would make it easier for young people to find hope and resilience?
Hope and resilience. Okay, right here.
Okay, so what makes me find hope, and I feel like it can make others, sometimes you just have to write messages to yourself like, okay, I'm pretty, I can do this, you know what I'm saying? You have to look in the mirror sometimes and just, you know, tell yourself how much you love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, won't nobody love you. So that's what you have to do sometimes. Another thing, prayer. I love to pray. Whew. And I sing too, because singing helps me. So I sing and I pray, and then it just helps me, and then I feel better the next day.
So, okay, Cashia's going to say one thing, and then we're going to cut it for today. But this is what I do want to say. They're here all day, y'all. You can talk to these youth. You can pull them to the side and have other conversations with them. We'll have to, since this is such a highly great topic, that we're going to have to next time provide more time for it. But yes, Cassius, we want to hear from you. And we had one question for you. What was it? Can you hurry and tell us?
Oh, yeah. As a young man, what advice would you give?
As a young man, go ahead.
We all have heard from these beautiful young ladies.
Yes.
What advice would you give to people about social media and the dangers of it?
For young men in particular, and I'll expand that even, like getting more young men involved in prevention work and in this work. What advice would you give to us reaching and connecting with other young men like yourself?
How I get involved? Tell them how you got involved.
What makes you get involved?
In what, social media?
No, just in prevention.
In prevention, the work you're doing with Teen on the Move. Yeah. Right. We know Miss Veronica brought you. We know that. But beyond that, what keeps you involved with Teen on the Move as a young man?
Why is you laughing at me? I don't know.
Okay. Sometimes, right? That's okay. Sometimes we have to, this is what I've learned actually in working with young people. We keep them in the environment and keep them, and ultimately they'll find their voice. Isn't that right? So let's give Cassius a hand. Let's give all our youth panel a hand.
So we have a surprise.
Oh, you have
Donna
a surprise.
and I have a surprise. So I'm going to have Donna come up here and stand.
Is it for me? Oh, no. Oh,
well, because
It's
quite
okay.
frankly, every once in a while you volunteer to do something and you have no idea who's going to be in the crowd. And there's probably, today, you just happen to have two women in the crowd.
Powerhouses.
Who want to tell you how much we appreciate your voice, tell you how we understand, because we have to do it, what it's like to be vulnerable up there on stage. It's hard to answer questions off the top of your head, because I had to do it yesterday for a national TV radio show, and it gets hard to think on your feet and be able to always answer and make yourself vulnerable in front of a group of people, particularly if they're of different ages than you are. So as you exit the stage, please come see Donna and I. We have hoodies and a little gift bag for y'all, just to say thank you.
But wait, there's more. We have Amazon gift cards for every one of you on this panel. So as you exit the stage, come by here and see me to make sure you get this. Let's give, I think we can stand at our feet and give these youth an amazing round of applause. Y'all can exit. Pass it.